Hey, it's Crypto Expat back with another video, and in this video we're going to talk about YAM and YAM Finance. What actually happened to YAM? All right, and let's just go into the video. But first, let's reward a winner for the 100 Tron. And we had some people comment here. We had Sanjeev, we had Danny, we had Andrew, and we had Maynard, of course. They always comment. And so let's just go to YouTube random picker and pick a winner for the 100 Tron. Okay, we got a winner, Danny. Danny, yes, and Danny has got his code, so you did pick the right code word. So Danny, I'll send you 100 Tron. Congratulations. So let's just get into the video. And let's just talk about YAM Finance and what it is. Okay, so YAM Finance is basically a elastic protocol or a token that stretches. It's like a stable coin, but it's not a stable coin. And it kind of stretches as the supply and demand comes in for this token. So what you basically do with this is you come to the website and then you can pick which coin you want to actually stake. So it's quite ingenious how they've got here the Maker range, Spartan's grounds, Aave agriculture, compounding hills, marine gardens. So all these are coins. Obviously we know what they are. And so you just come in and you just connect to MetaMask and you just come in and just say you stake it. Okay, so let's just go here to compound. Now each one of these coins, they stake at different amounts or different percentages. I believe compound is one of the highest ones. Actually, no, I think compound is one of the highest staking coins. So if you stake compound, you'll earn more than the other ones. And then you just come here and you just add your MetaMask, and then you just send your compound off to the YAM Finance, YAM Farmer smart contract, and then you can start earning YAM. All right. So when this first started, the price of YAM now is only 83 cents, but it went up to, I was watching it last night, which is about 20 hours ago, and the price was like $200, okay, for one YAM. And there's people that were in this who started early, and they basically were getting like one YAM an hour. Now obviously they staked like a lot of Ethereum, but that's the type of thing that people were getting just by locking up their Maker or their Chainlink. This is what kind of got everyone excited about it because there was what 5.5 million in liquidity in YAM. There's 5.5 million in the contract. And there was a lot of YAM out there, but there was a lot of liquidity. You could get out of YAM, flip to Ether very, very quickly. And people were paying like really ridiculously like gas prices of $25 to get into this over the last 24 hours. It was just crazy. But if you paid your $25 gas fee, you're pretty much guaranteed to get in this, and you start earning your YAM. So with YAM, it just works like a supply and demand. It's designed to stretch, and when the price is low, what it does is it just reduces the amount of supply, the amount of YAM tokens, and then obviously that will then provide some scarcity, and then the price will go back up, provided that the supply and demand kind of stays constant. And obviously if the price is like $180, $200 last night, it will then produce more YAM, and then you'll basically drive the price down, or it'll just dilute it. So that was all working fine, and even the developers of this project told people that this has been unaudited. It could get hacked, there could be a problem with the code, anything. I think they took some of the code from another project, or they forked the code off another project. I'm not exactly sure. So it seemed kind of legit. Everything was going well. There was so much chatter on Twitter about this, and people that got in early, they made a killing. All right, you can have a look at the other videos on YouTube. One guy was making like $400 an hour because he just had so much tokens locked up. He was getting so much YAM, and the price of YAM was just soaring over $200. He was killing it. But, if it's too good to be true, it usually is too good to be true, because this all came crashing down when every 12 hours there's a rebase, or basically what they do is the protocol looks at what the supply and demand, looks at the total, looks at the price, and it adjusts. Because this coin, remember, this whole project, it's like kind of like a stable coin, and it's designed to go back to $1 USD. All right. So when it was $200, the protocol was like, oh, okay, I've got to mint more coins to then bring the price back to $1. But the problem was the rebase, or the code, it didn't do that. Didn't do what it's supposed to do, and the calculations or something, they just messed it up. And now to change this code and get it right, they need to basically get everyone to vote, so then they can reach consensus, or people just lock up your YAM, then you can vote, and we need 200,000 votes to so then we can submit this proposal to then edit the code. So this whole ecosystem is basically driven and governed by the majority votes, which is kind of like, it's decentralized, right? So that's one good thing about decentralized coins or cryptocurrency, because everything is governed by this ecosystem of votes and what the majority of people want for the project. So they went and did this, and to be able to submit this proposal to change the code and to get the rebase right. And this is kind of like what they're up to. There's like an hour 26 remaining on this timer. They had 175,635 votes to save the farm. So basically they're saying YAM is saved. They want to reach stretch goal of 200,000. They're going to submit this proposal, so then they can edit the code and then they can save the farm. So as we can see, this is the contract address. Actually, this is the GitHub code here, so you can see the GitHub code. Not that anyone's audited it. And as you can see the contract here. I mean, it's still at 1 second to 1 second. It's still people are still, or there's still transactions happening every 6 seconds. So let's just talk about what's the danger for this project, a project like this? The danger is it was never audited. There could have been flaws in actual code, or there could have been someone could have hacked it. In this case, the rebase there was something screwed up within the rebase, and that's what kind of it didn't correct itself properly. And that's the danger of people that were kind of like got in too early. That this project, let's see, audits, none. While the initial creators of YAM Protocol have made reasonable efforts to attempt to ensure the security of the contracts, including forking much of the code base from existing well-audited projects and soliciting review from friends, nothing approaching a rigor of a formal audit has been conducted at this time. So it's just saying this is a 10-day project from start to launch. 10 days they created this, and there's $5.5 million locked up in the contract. This just tells you how much of a feeding frenzy happened in the last 10 days with this project. It's absolutely feeding frenzy. because you can tell people to wait, to chill out, just wait till everything's been properly done and audited. Then there's no chance of either getting hacked or less chance, or there's something wrong with the code. Anything could happen. You could lose your money. But people just didn't want to wait. They wanted to get in early. You can't tell people to do that, okay? And when something's too good to be true, it usually is. So it's very hard to remain disciplined when you see FOMO and you see people putting out YouTube videos. They're making $14,000 a day just by locking up their chain link, or they're locking up their maker tokens, and they're getting these YAM tokens every hour, and the price of YAM token is like $200. Like, you're going to go, well, I might just throw 5 or 10 ether at it, okay? Because everyone else is doing it, and if the ship goes down, we all go down. But there could be a high possibility that, I can get my YAM tokens, there's enough liquidity there, I can get out of it and flip straight to ether. I just connect on my MetaMask, pay the gas fee, even though it's high. People paid it, $25, people paid it, and they're often mining their YAM. I will say this, one good thing about this project in a general sense is that when these yield farming projects come along, what they do is they lock up they stake these coins, and by staking these coins, it just kind of like, it depletes the actual circulating supply. And this is what this protocol has done. It's locked up more maker, locked up more synthetics, locked up more lend, more chain link, compound. So it's helped these tokens with these staking pools. These staking pools went around 10 days ago, and now there's like 5-point-something million in locked up in the YAM Protocol. So if anything, it's helped the community, the whole crypto community. And as we see more and more of these yield farming projects come along, you're going to get all this money that's going to be locked up in DeFi or staked, and this is going to push. This is what's pushing the price up from these coins, because people want to get into this stuff. They want to stake their tokens to receive yam, or receive sweet potato, or receive beetroot, or receive carrot, whatever the name may be. They lock up their tokens. They can get more of. They know they can get out of it because there's plenty of liquidity on Uniswap, and that's, I guess, one of the takeaways of this project. So, lesson learned: don't just jump into things. Just take. Sometimes it's very hard to just take your time and just be patient, because last thing you want to do is lose all your ether. Guys, thanks for watching the video. Appreciate it, and I'll try to bring out new coins, and you get to discover them straight away before everyone else. That's kind of like the flavor of this YouTube channel. And if we can get into some of these projects that are kind of like 100x as they're sort of coming out before the rest of the whole world finds out about them, you can get into these projects. Like there was one the other day, Serum just launched their ICO, or was it IEO, and they basically went to like nearly $2. I think they had I think it was like 10 cents. So from 10 cents to like nearly $2 within space of 12 hours. That is crazy, absolutely bonkers. So we're going to try to discover some of these projects before the rest of the herd does. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is Crypto Expat, and I'll see you in the next video.